Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk to you about what it's like when you go no contact and how the narcissist feels. The narcissist, in their grandiose self and importance that they have built as this shiny mask, they believe you are just trying to play their game back to them. This is what they initially think. That's what they assume. It does surprise them. What the narcissist thinks is that you're trying to level up by playing their game and competing with them at their own tactics. Where this really affects the narcissist is when you continue to go no contact and you continue to not talk with them. See, they have other forms of supply. So they have the secondary, tertiary supply, they have family, they have friends, they have things to preoccupy them, and all of those situations keep their mind off of themselves, their eyes off of looking at themselves, so they can still walk around in that grandiose self of theirs. But what happens is it becomes an imbalance over time, because over time it does start to hit them, because they can't do that for very long before they start to realize that this is becoming sort of a threat. It's something that they're not used to. It's not just surprising anymore. It's starting to seem real. When you continue to block the narcissist, deep down, what they're really hoping is that you will come back to them. They don't like to come to you. They always try to play the wait game with you, although you're not trying to come back. This is the thoughts and things in their head. They can play the wait game for a long time because they seethe inside when they deal with pain. Usually when humanity deals with pain, you try to straighten it out. You know that it's right and you know it's just, but the narcissist doesn't operate that way. If you stay silent, it will eventually break them down and begins to weaken them. In their eyes, they start to see the childhood abandonment issues start to pop up, their worthlessness, their ego starts to fall apart, and they start to see they have emptiness. And they have emptiness because there's nothing behind them. There's nothing behind the mask. And they do have this deep-seated pain and shame because they know essentially who they truly are. And they can bury that, but they can't bury it during times when they have narcissist injuries. You give them a heavy-duty narcissist injury when you go in contact with them for a long period of time. We're saying 6 months or more. Because what it does is it forces them to face this abandonment, worthlessness. These insecurities start to pop up, and they will hit them right in the face. There's no way for them to get it off their mind. You see, because they have these power and control issues, so you are not under their power and control, and so they want to subdue you. And that's the main reason a lot of times that they do come back, is to subdue you back into place, because power and control is what makes the narcissist comfortable. Because when they were a child, they didn't have power and control, so this makes them restless, worthless, gets them to get into a situation to where now they will start to get reckless and impulsive with sexual partners and trying to get new supply to dive into. Over time, what this will cause is some sort of they'll go take you through this Hoover cycle, which will deal with 5 or 6 different ways that they'll try to Hoover you. First, it's from around the corner. They'll play the wait game. They'll use the flying monkeys, and then they'll have to hit you up face to face at some point if it gets long enough. That's kind of generally how it starts. This is how they end up with a narcissist, and they keep going back to him because they never establish power and control, so they will destroy each other and then they will come back over and over. They come back over and over because they're good to each other when their supply is down. They can use each other. The other thing is they never establish power and control, so they'll come back. But what it does is this starts to lead to worthlessness and depression, emptiness. They latch onto a new supply. Okay, these are kind of along the steps. They will swing into narcissistic rage. When you don't fall into or play into their triangulation with the new supply, then they have to rage out on somebody. And generally it's the new supply, and that's usually a short-lived situation and disconnected. Act out impulsively. They use substances. They start getting back into, if they were into some sort of substance that they held off for a while, they get back into that. They become very envious, and they will be jealous of the grade A supply, and they will start to blame the new supply because they don't have you anymore and the new supply. They discussed it with them at some point real quick, because all they're going to talk about is you, and they're going to defend you against the new supply. Because when you don't play into the triangulation, they got to blame the new supply. And then they start to rage out, and they usually lose other forms of supply over this, because people get tired of dealing with somebody who can't keep it together, and because they have no fuel from you, and they have to get off this negative energy onto somebody, it goes and they start raging out and blowing up on everybody. They'll panic. They will self-destruct sometimes. They will seek sympathy from others. They will scapegoat someone else, and they will project their insecurities onto other people because they have to, because they don't have that primary to do it to. Their mask will not look clean anymore, and people will see through them. They'll have cracks all in it. They'll pretend not to care. They'll stalk you. They may send you gifts. They will try to love bomb you back in. They may do this several times, and then they will smear you. And if you don't react to that, they will be forced to move on. They'll blow up their accomplishments to make them feel more grandiose and to get supply from other places, other sources, and other ways. They'll sabotage relationships. They feel entitled, of former supplies' attention, so they will create drama and confusion if they can, and if you have a new relationship, they may do the same. They will develop psychosomatic illnesses and tell you that they're dying or they have some new illness, anything to get you to draw off your sympathy and to get you back in order. Even if they got to degrade themselves, they don't care. A lot of times the narcissist will go down with the ship if they have to, just to get you back or just to destroy you. Either one. They become very clingy. They withdraw, and in their narcissist entry, their ego will be wrecked sometimes. And when it does, a lot of times they will then take their rage and go inward with it, and sometimes want to do things like have threats of ideations where they're going to hurt themselves. But when you do go back to them, let's say they get you drawn in through sympathy, they get you drawn in through the false mask, somehow they get you back. Because of your love and you take them back, they are arrested developments. They don't learn anything. They go back to the same old thing. And usually it's not very long. Sometimes they will destroy you and devalue you and discard you like they normally do. Sometimes they will just get you back to ghost you. They have a default programmed into them that has the same responses. There's no love, and they are just artificial intelligence, because without love, you don't have the fruits of the spirit, and you don't have all the other key items that go into and connect with love that create a wholesome relationship. So they don't come back because of you. They come back because they have needs. They have control issues. They have issues to where they need supply or that they feel abandoned. But as soon as they get you back, they will try to punish you, destroy you, and devalue you and discard you. They may take everything that you have. They may leave you in the gutter, and they would dance on your grave. So never take the narcissist back. Most of them run on a covert, antisocial level, and they look like a wonderful person out there and about. But when they close the doors, shut the blinds, and lock the doors, they will destroy you each and every day, each and every night. They will ghost you, leave you in the dust, and laugh all the way to the bank. So if you can give me a like, subscription, and thumbs up, love you all till next time. Sold you up. We out.